Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. This is your daily news. So headlines, Bank of England raises interest rates by half a point to 5%. And this is the highest since April 2008. And if you're in England, I'm sure it's really tough out there. We have some people in the community that were saying that these days it's a choice between do I buy food or do I pay my rent or do I pay my electric bill? There's not enough money for everything. And now rates are going up. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. People are in England. There's a couple of things going on as well. They need to fight inflation. They're calling it the dominant. They want to dominate inflation by raising rates. And evidently, though, there is a mortgage crisis at hand. They're using the word catastrophe here. And so, the Labor Party is like, hey, can you help us out here? Our workers are struggling, etc. And another word they're using is time bomb. They mortgage time bomb. The basic gist of it is around the world, when you raise interest rates, many people have mortgages that are on variable interest, whereas in the U.S., a lot of the mortgages are fixed. So it is different around the world that a lot of people are on variable. And love to hear like people who are, England, what you think about this, because this is an interesting headline here. You can see 1.4 million it is, UK mortgage holders face 20% hit to disposable income from rate hikes. And I guess it'll hit people in their 30s the hardest. This is a real thing. Rates go up, right? You got to pay more money because interest is gone up. In USA, probably more like credit cards really affect people, but around the world, it's mortgage. And suddenly, if people can't, afford to pay that, suddenly you get a domino effect. I'm sure you guys understand how this works. So it is tough over there. Also, too, Switzerland and Norway are raising rates as well. And in the USA, people are betting that there will be a recession. So you can see here, Treasury investors bet on a U.S. falling into recession. The inversion curve has been like this for a while. So that's the difference between the 2-year and the 10-year yields. It's been inverted for a while, which signals recession, but it's not quite here yet. If you ask Goldman, though, this is what they say. This is the Goldman. They're saying Goldman strategists see many reasons for a hedging S&P 500 rally. They're saying there could be a 23% downside in recession scenario, but they're only giving that a 1 in 4 chance over the next 12 months. So it's funny that they use exact numbers of like how far it could go down. So they're saying like, hey, it could hit to 3,400, talking about the S&P, but only 1 in 4 chance. So your guess is as good as Goldman's, as good as mine. My particular feeling on this thing is the market isn't necessarily the economy, as it's been odd where, rates keep going up. You have federal Chair Jerome Powell keeps saying, hey, we're going to raise rates, we're defying DC critics. And we're going to keep it elevated for a while. And then the markets have been rallying, and they got this really funny picture of him. You can see he's like, looks kind of angry there. I just mention this all the time that, the economy is not the same as the market, because the market could be doing wacky things. And it is what it is, right? There's a shift, though. It seems that short sellers are betting that the market will go down here. You can see here, short bets on U.S. stocks hit 1 trillion, most since April 2022. Full disclosure, I myself took out a few short positions yesterday. Seems I made the right call. I think I was looking at this Tesla right here, which I am short on. In a day, it went down 5.46%, and then the pre-market now it's down 3.32. So 8%. I didn't get it exactly at the top, but it is what it is. If you don't know, short selling is basically means that you are making money if the stock goes down. So it's the opposite of going long, where you make money if the stock goes up. But you do have to complete your transaction, for example, you can read this here. Tesla stock suffers steepest loss in 2 months, right? So it was a pretty big dive for them in a day. And basically they are the original meme stock. As you can see the headlines here. Tesla may be the original meme stock, but Barclays warns latest surge has been too sharp. These kind of stocks, right, since they don't pay a dividend, the only way you actually make money, right, if you realize your gains, meaning that you buy low, sell high, if you just watch the stock price fluctuate and don't, complete the transaction, meaning don't sell, you don't actually make any money. It's just on paper that your value is going up. So, it's not crazy to take profits, especially when I think you're up 170% if you would have bought exactly at the bottom, which is really fantastic. So, do you really think it's going to go any higher? My bet would be no. I think that the stock is, it's overvalued as it is. But, I understand. And some people would like say, well, it's up, and I guess 140, not 170. But, on 140, I guess it's going to go more, right? But it got downgraded by Barclays, and they're saying here, Bullish analysts just downgraded it, talking about Tesla stock, saying investors are dismissing some fundamental near-term challenges. Moreover, wait, no, this one says 170. So what is it? 170, 140, whatever. I know Tesla's up quite a bit. Moreover, I guess Musk is challenging Zuckerberg to a cage match fight in Vegas. And I think they're just doing social media, what I want to say, posturing. So I don't think this is serious, but you never know with Musk these days. He would seem to be joking about buying Twitter, ended up buying it. But evidently, I guess Zuckerberg is considering doing like a Twitter kind of challenge. And this is part of the thing with Musk. You just don't know if it's serious or not. And, who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. Moreover, more news. The submarine, I don't think they're going to find it. That's just my guess on this one. We heard that there were some noises coming, but it could be anything. And they're running low on oxygen. I mentioned this story because it is a top story. I myself am interested, but I don't think it is going to happen. I thought, when we heard noises, there might be a chance, but they're just running out of time. So we'll keep following that. And the changes in the market are really interesting because I've mentioned this several times to where I think the money is going to be flowing to, say, a Vietnam or India, right? And as it turns out, Modi's in town, meeting with Biden. You guys can see this here. Micron, I guess they're going to be building a $2.75 billion plant in India. And we're trying to get jet deals and chips and drones and stuff like that. You guys can see this here. U.S. offers India drones, jet engines to lure it from Russia. It's quite interesting. Now, my understanding, though, is India, and they could be the same as China, where they try to play all sides, but they're part of that whole BRICS thing, right? So, I don't know what India's up to. Like I said, I think they're trying to play all sides. And if you don't know about the BRICS thing, it's was it Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. I think those are like the countries involved. And they were trying to come up with a new reserve currency even that would challenge the dollar. So this all challenges U.S. dominance, but if you do try to play all sides, right, you join the BRICS thing, you still try to trade with the USA. And evidently, though, all the CEOs are in town because, you want to do business with India. So, in fact, Alphabet, right, so it's Google, their CEO is Sundar Pichai, so he's Indian, he's in town to meet Modi as well. Same with Microsoft, CEO Satya Nadella. And moreover, which is quite interesting, students from my school, so this would be the University of Pennsylvania, they're also singing. So it's the Penn Masalas in town. And then you also have a violinist, Joshua Bell. So that's what's going on with the daily news. Hope everything's going all great with you guys. And again, I'd like to hear from people who are in England what you think about the rate hikes. And also, do you agree with Goldman's assessment that there's a 1 in 4 chance of a recession, and we could possibly see a S&P at 3,400? So that's what's going on. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.